So we come to my favorite playground in the world, Battersea Park. I had a Strava event in London earlier today. I just couldn't resist a session here in Battersea. So today's session is 8 times 1K. I've got a couple of shorter distance 5K, 10K races coming up. So crucial session in that. I've been under the weather for the past week, so it's my first harder session. So I'm hoping the body's firing on all cylinders, but I'll obviously take feedback as I come along. But before I carry on, let me quickly get my fuel in so it has time to digest before we get going. First up, I'm gonna have a shot of ketone IQ for the body and brain, and then a beta fuel nootropics. So this has caffeine for that extra kick today. The new peach flavor. Oh, it's a little bit chilly. I can't wait to get going. It's probably about 4 or 5 degrees out this morning. A little bit of a wind, so we're gonna go out direction and then back in the same direction, just so that I know point to point I find it a little bit easier and quicker. And yeah, today is new kit day, so I've got a new watch on today, the COROS Pace Pro, and I must say I love the interface. It was super easy to set up last night. I've connected it to Strava, which is essential these days, and yeah, loaded the workout, so I'll be running through the workouts on the watch. It took about a second for the GPS to load, so from initial feel of the watch, big fan, and actually they're the sponsor of this video, so thanks so much to them for that as well. And it's the first time I'm actually running with the arm-based heart rate monitor. So usually I run with the chest strap heart rate monitor. I must say it's a different feel, but you barely feel it at all. So I've got it on there. I'll cover it a little bit with the arm sleeve to stay nice and warm. Got hand warmers, and then we're good to go. Okay, so we pre-built the workout. Let's go find them here in workouts. 8 times 1K sesh. Start. Boom, how quick was that? Start now. I'm gonna have to do a few drills. Okay, so here we are for rep numero uno, and like I said, new kit day, new watch day. I was super excited, and you'll see that play out in this first rep over here. Often I get asked, how do I get these metrics on screen? And it's really basic. So I've filmed with the Insta360 Go 3S camera in 4K, and then once you export it, it connects to the COROS app, and it's that simple. You just choose which metrics you want to show. Okay, so right now I'm thinking I'm going sub 3 minutes per K, as you can see, and it's feeling pretty comfortable. Yes, I know it's early days and it's the first rep, but I've been training really hard recently. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I've been struggling with illness over the past sort of 10 days or so. I've come back to normal, and I'm thinking, wow, I'm actually in a really good place fitness wise, but let's not get too carried away. I used to be in Battersea like 5 to 6 days a week, literally do every single track Tuesday or interval session there. But since I've moved to Winchester 7 months ago, I haven't gone back too often, mainly for races. So it's really just awesome to do a workout on these flat, speedy, smooth roads. I'm still well within a phase of my training that I'm calling Operation Speed. I've got 3 5K races coming up very soon after this, so I'm really giving this a bit extra today. The watch beeps with 50 meters to go, so we're nearly there. Last push.
Boom. 257. Fiery first rep, 257. Now to see if we can try and hold it around 3 or just under.
Okay, very solid first rep in the bank, and rep number 2 we go, and I suppose this is already where reality smacked me in the face. I realized there was quite a bit of a tailwind, which I didn't really feel heading into that first rep, but trust me, on the second rep you can definitely feel the headwind, that's for sure. In my guesstimation after doing this workout, it probably makes around 5 seconds per K difference. But hey, we've set the bar, and now to see whether we can average 3 minutes per K. Remember, to put it into perspective, my 5K PB pace that I've done is 255 per K. My goal 5K pace is 254 per kilometer. And my PB 10K pace is 304 per kilometer. So this session's done in and around 5 to 10K effort, which is quite a big effort for 8K's worth of volume. I am such a muppet and I only have myself to blame. You'll see me speaking about this later. But originally I thought I'd programmed 75 seconds recovery. Recoveries felt like they went super quick and I thought maybe I'm just pushing the heart rate a bit harder than normal. But I actually programmed 60 seconds recovery. So in my mind I thought I had a bit more, which was a hard one to take, but it meant that I had to get back on the wagon 15 seconds sooner than I originally thought. But at the end of the day, it's training, and you know what, we can't complain. When there's a bit of wind and tougher factors to deal with, it's really good. So come race day, hopefully conditions are good and you fly. So it's still early in that stage of this training session where I'm trying to keep the intensity there, but I don't want to absolutely overcook myself for the rest of the session. That sweet sound of the watch beeping means that rep number 2 is coming to an end.
3, 2, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, tailwind. Let the good times roll. So basically the way I'm mentally breaking down the session, and it's funny how we use all these tricks to make it a bit easier, but I'm thinking 4 reps with the wind and 4 reps into wind. So it's only 4 reps where I'm working really hard. So much to successfully executing these sessions is just tricking the brain to simplify things as well as remaining positive, because honestly you can almost always do it mentally and physically. You've just got to wrap your head around it. That often is the hard part. Nick, run like a dog is chasing you, buddy. Come on, watch, beep for me. You know you want to.
You go 1.
3:01 for that rep, and we'll take it and run into a little bit of a head breeze. After this rep, we're halfway through and then it's downhill from there. My shoe of choice for today's session is a pair of the Adidas Adizero Adios Pro 3s. It's pretty much my racing shoes as well. I'm going to step that up to the Pro 4s very soon. And like I said, it's 4 or 5 degrees, so it's a crispy, cool morning. But I find that when you redlining these sessions and pushing really hard, a vest and arm sleeves is absolutely perfect dress attire for this. If, however, I was doing an easy run, then I might think of tights and a bit of longer kit. I'm slacking on the pace here a little bit, constantly checking the watch just to make sure the intensity is there. And I feel like this middle section, it's always one of the hardest. It's almost like the middle section of a race where you're burning, you're hurting, the heart rate is high, but you're not quite halfway just yet. So it's all about, once again, mentally tricking yourself. You know you can always do it, so do what it takes in order to get the body through. This is kind of at that stage where if you have a group or just someone else to do the session with you, it just makes it so much easier. Suffering alone, you get demons for days. It does make you mentally tougher, I must say, but just having someone else there honestly makes the session so much easier. Boom, and just like that, we are halfway. 4 down, 4 to go.
Let's go.
Okay, I am not gonna lie, I am burning. I'm hurting. I don't know if the body's still recovering a little bit or if I redlined it a bit too hard from rep number 1, but 4 times 1k left doesn't sound like much, but at the same time it sounds like it's an absolute mountain to climb. But guys, we are not dropping in intensity. This is where the magic is made. The magic is made in training. Race day is always a victory lap, so let's focus on the second half because that's what separates us. You can't really tell in this video, but this beginning part of the rep is actually where the tailwind's quite strongly behind you. So at the moment I'm running sub 3 minute per k pace with a lot less effort than what I was on the return leg where I ran 3:04. Okay, this feels like a good rep. Let's finish strong, and boom, we are back in business.
Yeah, nice.
Good.
Stay there.
3 reps to go, and as you can tell, I'm really trying to psych myself up, doing what I can in order to get the most that I possibly can out this session. Come at us, head breeze, we are ready for you. It's certainly making the heart rate climb quite quickly, but like I said, actually really good for training conditions. Because I came out the gates absolutely flying, I'm really trying to focus on holding that form. Remember, when you start fatiguing, your form starts going, you start crouching, and that's really not a good sign. So I'm really just trying to stay upright, drive those arms, and finish as strong as possible. I know after this rep, it's just an out and a back, and we're done. .304 that last rep, and like I said, that's pretty much PB 10k pace. We'll take that for now, and let's finish strong these last 2. Big shout out and thank you to Amy for filming. She's an absolute beast. Thank you. Okay, if you've been watching my channel in the past, you know that in my mind, the last rep never counts. It's a little trick I play on my brain. So the second last rep pretty much means it's your last rep, because you can always find something extra at the end. So let's really put in a good effort this one. I know this rep is pretty much borderline sub 3 minute per K pace on the smacker, so I'm trying to work as hard as I can to try to dip just under. 3 on the dot, we'll take it.
Let's go, last one.
Looking back at this video, I'm thinking, oh man, why can't this pace just feel comfortable for a marathon? Like, what's a man got to do in order to find just 1 second per kilometer in the 5k distance? That's what I'm aiming for at the moment. The levels of demons you face in order to find that 1 second per k. Wow, the marginal gains have gotten tight. But at the end of the day, it humbles us, it keeps us working so hard, makes us work hard in life as well. Good for our physical health, good for our mental health, so we wouldn't have it any other way. Here comes a near miss. We did so well to dodge there. What happened was a cyclist was coming towards us with his head down. He didn't see us at all until the last minute. And it's funny how these things always tend to happen on that last rep when you're hurting the most. Okay, let me talk you through some of the insights that you get on this COROS app that are very, very user-friendly. I like the look of them, and you'll see what I'm talking about right here. So here's an overall summary of the session. So fastest rep was that first one in speedy 2:58. Overall average pace for the session was 3:39 per k. Obviously that includes the resting. And then if we look at a little bit further down to the heart rate, I averaged 157. Obviously that's with resting, and a maximum of 174. So here's a closer look at that heart rate, gradually climbing as the session goes on. Very happy to hit a heart rate high of 174, considering it was a very cold morning, and it just goes to show how accurate this arm-based heart rate monitor actually is. Now let's have a look at the cadence. So I pretty much averaged 176 with a max of 197, probably at this point right here. And you know, in running they say the magical number is around 180 to hit. So we'll take that with a stride length of 155 centimeters. This is the last final push, the last 150 meters. Let's go. Oh my days. Thank you. You know what, I am absolutely hating myself right now. Good session, but last night I was undecided between having 60 seconds rest and 75, and I went within my mind 75. I actually chose 60, so just shows you how much is a mindset as well. Those recoveries were going so quickly, and then I realized I'd set it to 60, not 75. Yeah, the challenge was to try and get, I suppose, a 3 or sub 3 average for the reps. I'll go through the data in a sec, but it's very close. I think it's like 301 probably. First rep 257. I was excited to just do a session again, and then I couldn't quite match that for the rest, but I challenged myself, not too far off. Yeah, thanks COROS, unbelievable watch, honestly, so easy to program, beeps nice and clear. I've gone around Battersea with a measuring stick before, and I know exactly where the 1 kilometer mark is, so GPS is deadly accurate. And I must say, battery life on these watches are incredible as well. I think when the GPS runs, it's got 38 hours, which is more than enough. I know a couple of mates in the running industry say they charge theirs once a week. So yeah, awesome bit of equipment. Highly recommend if you're looking to get it. Sweet, so let's take a quick look at the laps here. Pretty much first one, 257, came out pretty hot. Then 302 into wind, 301, 304, 304, you can tell which reps are into wind, 301, and that's it. So around about 3, we'll take it. Okay, perceived effort, definitely not very light. Moderate, hard, max effort. Let's go hard. It wasn't quite max effort. So always I give a couple of tips for these sessions, and after those sessions I record. So effort levels wise, guys, it's a hard day. I think save that extra tiny bit for rest day, but effort levels wise, probably around 90 to 95%, even sort of 96, 97 that last rep. Today I was probably around sort of like between my 5 to 10k effort. So yeah, really a lot of good volume, 8k's banked at that sort of higher VO2 max effort. Then if you can do it with people, incredible. There's club sessions all over. If you're London based, join Best Athletics at Battersea on a Tuesday night. Yeah, unfortunately with the Sounds Out workouts, I do a lot of this by myself, but with people it just takes your mind off the pain a little bit, helps you share the work, and it just helps you hit better leg speed for sometimes slightly less effort. Next point, always pre-program the session into your watch. That way you're not always looking at it. It'll beep, it'll tell you when the next rep is. If you don't have a running watch, you can do it on your phone as well. And then finally, I think once you finish the session, you put so much work into it. As you saw, I kind of just lay against the fence and came back to life. Like I say, after a race, take a bit of time to yourself to thank yourself. These sessions, you put so much effort into them, so you know, just take a minute or two to appreciate what you put your body through, and then soak up all the goodness. Another session in the bank. Boom shakalaka, let's go.